worker. Ban him. Because it's a dangerous sport. Whatever they do and whatever they don't. But I'm having no opinion on it at all. You know, a man's innocent till proven guilty. And I've been in that position myself where you're guilty when you've been pronounced guilty before the trial. I've been there, know it feels. So until the B sample comes up.
UCAD, the British Boxing Board of Control's testing agency, have also tested multiple times in the build-up to this fight. They've all been negative. There was an adverse finding in a VADA test that both teams were made aware of. The levels, the blood tests, everything were analysed by both teams.
You just need to know the details because if the boxing board feel it's safe to go ahead and feel it not an issue, then I'll go with the boxing board's decision. The boxing board are no fools, and therefore they don't want to set precedent. So I'm quite sure if the boxing board are letting the fight go ahead, then I trust the boxing board when it comes to that kind of thing, because remember, if anything bad happened, they will be liable
on Saturday, but we need to talk with them and make them comfortable. Yes, we could use other commissions. It's not something we're looking to do. We want to move forward with the British Boxing Board of Control.
Where are we with the whole B sample? When will we get some clarity on that?
Not before the fight, but again, you know, with the British Boxing Board of Control, that's actually irrelevant in terms of their testing agencies. We've just been waiting for all the final test results to come back.
What can we do alone? So I'm happy with them. And they're the kind of opponents that you want while you're learning your craft away from the pressures and the spotlights and things like that, you know. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy with what, as long as he's active, that's all I want. Now, you know, I need to speak to him and make sure that he's active.
Oh yeah, a lot of people in the world of boxing are shocked. It would answer some questions. Again, we have to let due process go on. I think with Joseph Parker, he needs to maybe follow Tyson's example when he had his issues and just, you know, say nothing or say the bare minimum. Bit like Dylan White as well, say the bare minimum. People forget. Ryan Garcia, people were...
I think it was a miscalculation. I don't think it was a struggle. I think it was a miscalculation. So it's an expensive mistake that he's made.
In regards to what you saw from both men at the end, what did you make of both of them? Did you feel like Chris looked drained, and did you feel like Conor?
Can he give a sample and then a B sample, and they both come back positive for a banned substance?
But I'm not going to lie, guys, you can take that confidence away from him within the first 3 minutes of the fight. And if you come out, start strong, put him a strong jab on him, you can get a reaction out of him, and you can diminish his hopes really quickly.
I think Fabio will know himself. He only has to look at his face after most of the fights. You know, he's multiple lot. I think his defence has had to get better or needed to get better. But I do think off the Hooney fight and the Parker fight, I'm seeing the development of Fabio Wardley as a boxer. I think he's improving in most departments, to be honest. So I think he has bridged that gap, whereas Daniel, I've always thought has got very...
Daniel Dubois just failed a drug test 2 days before his biggest fight, and the boxing world is losing its mind. This isn't just bad timing. This is career-ending territory.
Can he give a sample and then a B sample, and they both come back positive for a banned substance? It doesn't make any sense.
This is the thing, you know, I've got to put my stall up there first. Anyone that's failed drug tests, it's not that I don't sympathise with them.
Eddie Hearn steps in trying to calm everyone down, saying Dubois can still fight Saturday. But here's what he's not telling you. Behind the scenes, complete chaos. They're scrambling to figure out how this even happened.
I just feel Dubois gone over against lesser punchers than what Wardley is. And it's more of a mental, once it starts going, I feel as though he feels it and then he falls apart and he gets caught with a shot and he just switches off mentally. I don't know what it is. And I think if Wardley gets off to a good start, then this...
Dave Coldwell thinks it might be contamination, maybe just a tiny trace, but listen to what he actually said. The only confirmed fact is Daniel Dubois has failed a drug test. That's it. That's all that matters right now.
Dubois, he just can't really get right. You know, he has no real skill. Pretty durable chin. Art is kind of questionable. But
Liam Go tries explaining how traces stay in your system. Cool story, but you know what boxing commissions care about. Results. And Dubois' results just came back positive for a banned substance.
A very similar situation to Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know if you remember that situation where he had an adverse finding in his VADA test. The British Boxing Board of Control were made aware and they did not suspend Billy Joe Saunders because they do not acknowledge VADA testing. That is testing that...
Johnny Nelson drops the real bomb here. A failed test on fight morning? That's not just suspicious, that's dangerous. The whole sport's credibility is on the line when stuff like this happens.
I got Parker. Daniel Dubois, he just can't really get right. He has no real skill. Pretty durable chin. Heart is kind of questionable. But I don't think skill-wise he can mess with Parker. I think Parker would be too much for him. I think Parker would be too much for him early in the fight.
But wait, it gets worse. Duke McKenzie asks the question everyone's thinking. How do both samples come back positive? The A sample and the B sample. That's not contamination, that's a pattern. Now here's where the fight analysis gets wild. Tony Bellew says Wardley has more tools, more ways to win, but he gives Dubois a blueprint. Start fast, pressure early, land that jab. Break Wardley's confidence before he settles in. Fraser Clark sees something different though. He thinks Wardley's improved massively since the Parker fight. More complete, more mature. Meanwhile, Dubois, still relying on basics and getting emotional under pressure. Paul Smith won't call Dubois a quitter, but he'll tell you about the pattern. When things get tough, when pressure builds, Dubois finds his way back to the corner, even when he could probably continue fighting. Dave Coldwell goes even harder, says Dubois has been hurt by lesser punchers than Wardley, and once that pressure hits, his whole mindset changes. He loses focus, makes mistakes, fights slip away. Johnny Fisher absolutely destroys Dubois' skill level, questions his boxing IQ, his defensive ability, everything. Says he's more of a physical fighter than a refined technician. In a high-pressure fight like this, those weaknesses get exposed fast. So there you have it. A failed drug test, questions about mental toughness, and a fight that could end Dubois' career or resurrect it. This isn't just about one heavyweight bout. This is about credibility, about what happens when everything goes wrong at the worst possible time. Here's my question, drop it in the comments. Do you think Dubois can overcome both the drug test controversy and Wardley's improvements? If this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really happening, smash that like button and subscribe because this heavyweight division is about to get completely reshaped. The timing couldn't be more brutal for Dubois, because here's what nobody's talking about: this drug test scandal just handed Wardley the biggest psychological advantage possible. Think about it. Dubois walks into that ring knowing millions of people are questioning his integrity. That mental warfare, it's already started. Wardley doesn't even need to throw the first punch to get inside Dubois' head. The pressure's mounting from every angle, and we've already established that pressure is where Dubois crumbles. But let's dig deeper into what this really means for the heavyweight landscape. If Dubois loses this fight, especially after the drug controversy, his stock plummets. We're talking about a potential title contender becoming a cautionary tale overnight. And Wardley, he's sitting pretty. Win or lose, he comes out looking clean. But if he wins convincingly against a compromised Dubois, suddenly he's the heavyweight division's golden boy. The timing is absolutely perfect for him to capitalize. Here's the kicker, though boxing politics are about to get messy. Promoters are already whispering about backup plans, replacement fighters, insurance claims. This isn't just about two heavyweights throwing hands anymore. This is about millions of dollars and reputations hanging in the balance.